Welcome to the Joy School Podcast. Real talk about what it takes to create your happiest, healthiest, and most dynamic life. And now, here's your host, transformational life coach, happiness strategist, and best-selling author, Christy Ling Spencer.
Well, hey there, amazing friends, and welcome to another episode of the show. I am so glad you're here with me, and I hope you're doing fabulous today. I am just doing great today. It's been a fun few days. Just recently, the new social media platform Threads launched, which is sort of Instagram's answer to Twitter. And I was pleasantly surprised at what a positive and safe space it feels like. And I've been having fun with it. So if you have any interest in that at all, or if you're already on Threads, definitely connect with me there and drop me a little note or wave hi. Let me know you listen to the show so that I can connect back with you. It's been really fun. And we're going to talk a little bit more later in the show about social media and how it's ever changing and how we can constantly adjust it to support us in the lives that we're creating. So we'll get to that a little bit later. But the topic of today's show is anger. And we're going to talk about a big aha that might just shift the way you experience and see anger in big ways and help you to dissolve it when it rises up within you or within someone around you, or when you come across somebody that you perceive as an angry person. We're going to dive kind of deep into a new way to look at it that brings understanding, and a little story from my own life and an aha moment that I had that really got me thinking about this. And I realized it was an important topic to talk about on the show. But before we get to that, I do have a few things to share and a couple of announcements. So number one, I actually have a brand new Facebook group. It is called Happiness Creators, and you'll find it, just search Happiness Creators, and next to the name, you'll see in parentheses, it says Community for Those Creating Their Best Lives. And I just lately have seen needs for people to connect in bigger ways in the sea of all of the clutter of stuff and information that's out there online and on social. I really believe smaller, more unique ways of connecting and supporting each other are so valuable in today's landscape. And so I started this new Facebook group. There's 400 plus members in it already. I'm so amazed in like under 2 weeks. And so I would like to personally invite you to join me there as well. It is called Happiness Creators, Community for Those Creating Their Best Lives. Join me there for special announcements, engaging posts, and just some great resources and information to help you in your journey. And also, I wanted to share with you that my brand new website just launched. Yay! I have been working on this for months with a wonderful team. There's some great new content and resources there for creating happiness and success and well-being. And I just want to give a big shout out and big thank you to the whole team. It wasn't just me that put this together. I had a whole wonderful team that helped me out in every area. And there are links to all of the team members, the designer, photography, brand creator, all at the bottom of the site. You can find them in the footer. But I'm just so grateful for having that support. It's been such a fun journey. I'm so proud of the site. It's so user-friendly. It's aesthetically lovely. And I just can't wait to put so many fabulous offerings there for all of you. So you can find that at ChristyLingSpencer.com if you're curious to check it out, and let me know what you think. And in case you missed it on last week's episode, the big announcement, I'm so excited because I am getting ready to roll out an incredible new membership program for everyone who is interested in going deeper into all of this work we do here on the show and all the topics we talk about and more in creating our best lives. I am so over the moon about how it is all coming together, and the doors are going to be opening in just a few weeks. The Joy School is what what it's called. And it is a super fun, affordable, content-rich community to support us in our emotional fitness, achieving big goals, creating amazing days day by day, becoming the happiest version of ourselves. There is nothing else like it out there. It is so unique and so needed. And I just can't even tell you how excited I am by how it's coming together. And my hope is that this membership program will support so many people in leveling up their lives in big positive ways and in very intentional ways, right? And that's really what it is being designed for. There are workshops, courses, printable downloads that are absolutely beautiful, audios, live coaching calls with me every month, Zoom parties, which I'm so looking forward to, and connecting with all of you, and more. So definitely jump over to jointhejoyschool.com to read more about it. And you can jump on the waiting list there, and you'll be the first to know when the doors open, and you'll get a free gift from me when you join the wait list too. And that is my brand new video class, 11 Habits of the Happiest People. So for many of you who have been following me for a while, you might be familiar with that content. It used to be an audio class. Well, I have freshened it up, added new content, and recorded a brand new video version of the class, 11 Habits of the Happiest People. And you can get access to that over at jointhejoyschool.com. It's a gift from me to you. And then you'll be the first to know when the doors to this fabulous program open. So I'm so excited, and I just can't wait to share it with all of you. All right. So with that, let's dive into today's topic. And I want to get started by sharing a little personal story with you. About maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I went through a stage of several months where I just was feeling like such an angry person. I was really touchy. I was on edge quite often, and I just felt angry and agitated, and I didn't know where it was coming from. And it was so strange. It was so out of alignment for me. It was so out of character for me. And even I was looking in the mirror going, who are you? Like, where is this coming from? When did you become so angry? And what is this about? And I did all the work around it, right? I tried to squash it. I did the mindset work. I did the meditation. I apologized when I needed to, because sometimes I wasn't so pleasant to be around. And I really tried to do all the things. But here's the thing. I was doing all this work around the anger, which was actually just a symptom. And then one day I woke up and I was laying in bed having my coffee, and I was having all these thoughts going through my mind. And I had this epiphany, and my heart kind of started to hurt. And it wasn't anger that I had been dealing with for those months. It was unprocessed grief that had manifested as anger. Whoa. Like, that was a big moment for me when I realized that. Like, my eyes teared up, and I realized, okay, I'm not angry. I just feel angry about all the unprocessed grief. And that is manifesting as anger. And once I understood that it was grief and pain that was bubbling up as anger, I was able to actually then start doing the work around the cause instead of just the symptom. And that was so healing. It was a big time game changer for me. And it really got me thinking about anger, right? And when we come across people who seem to be just angry people in general, or when we feel angry, or when we feel angry just kind of in general, like I was for a while there, and looking in the mirror going, who the heck are you? And what's this about, right? Can you relate? And here's the thing about anger. When someone is angry or comes across as an angry person in general, and we've all met people like that, know that it's very likely coming from deep-rooted pain or grief or feeling unheard or feelings of not feeling validated. This is what really kind of manifests and bubbles up and becomes anger. And when we realize that anger is coming from pain and hurt and somebody feeling unseen or unheard or not validated, this allows us to look past the surface, right? And connect with that person who is hurting and meet them where they're at. And this is especially true when that person is ourself, right? We need to cut ourselves a break and be extra kind to ourselves when we have all of these feelings. And understand that when we feel angry or anger, just to be able to take a step back and look at ourselves and say, okay, where is this coming from? Do I have pain? Do I have unprocessed grief? Am I feeling unheard or misunderstood or not validated in an area? Because when we really drill it down and we can really get to the cause of the feelings, we can address what's going on there. We can have the conversations that need to be had, right? With the right person, maybe who is contributing to those feelings, or just talking to somebody who's trusted or a dear friend about the situation and what your real feelings are that are causing the anger, and begin healing those things or nipping them in the bud or taking care of them. Because sometimes when we're angry, when we really drill it down and realize what the cause is, it's a pretty easy fix, right? Sometimes it is just a phone call, or sometimes it is just a change in a habit that we have. And it also, when we really look at anger as pain, or as somebody feeling unheard or misunderstood or having grief, right? Or just deep, deep rooted feelings. When we look at it that way, when we shift our perspective, it helps to dissolve judgment. It sparks compassion. And this is a new, light-filled, and entirely fresh way to see and understand anger. When you see an angry person, try and train your mind to realize, okay, that is a person who is in some sort of pain, right? What might that pain be? Are they misunderstood? Are they not feeling heard? And is there a way maybe that I can support this person, meet them where they're at? And when you feel angry yourself, ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is there pain? Is there hurt? Is there frustration that might be causing this? This will help you to soothe yourself and soothe your soul and to truly understand where the feelings are coming from so that you can begin to address them and begin those healing processes, right? And the other thing too is when we understand where the anger is coming from, it is amazing how all of a sudden we don't feel angry anymore. It just goes poof. And all of a sudden we're feeling what the real feelings are underneath the anger. Now, here's the thing too. It's important to note that anger is valid, right? But the causes of the anger are also extremely valid and are what really needs to be addressed. And most of the time, those causes are grief, feeling misunderstood, not feeling heard, being in pain. And by the way, even physical pain over a long time can manifest as anger, right? Have you ever gone through a physical ailment? For example, a few weeks ago, I think I mentioned it on the show, I had a fall down an escalator at the airport and I sprained my knee and my neck. And my knee was hurting really bad for probably a good week and a half. I could barely bend it. And I started to find myself getting pretty grouchy and angry about the situation. And then I kind of laughed at it because I'm like, okay, these feelings are coming from physical pain and frustration. Isn't that interesting? You know, sometimes when you can take a step back from what you're feeling, and especially what you're feeling on the surface, and kind of go, isn't that interesting, right? And examine your own feelings. It's very soothing and healing, but also it can help you really get perspective on what you're dealing with so that you can address it. And it's so important. And we can apply these same kind of views when other people in our lives are angry as well. And speaking of that, so when you're around an angry person, make your default thought something along the lines of, this person is hurting or not feeling seen right now. What could be causing this? And how can I help? Right? And sometimes our only place is just to be extra kind and loving to that person and let them work through it on their own, because it has nothing to do with us and there's really nothing we can do about what's causing it, except we can help by helping that person feel seen, right? Going to them and just being kind and loving and saying, is there anything I can do to help you or lift you up? Or do you need an ear? Do you want to chat? I'm here for you. Just making someone feel seen. And sometimes you might get an angry response, right? But that doesn't mean that you didn't help. that doesn't mean that you didn't help lift that person up in some way. We can't solve everything for everyone, but we can always be kind and control how we respond and control our judgments, right? And make people feel seen and heard. And that is so important. And it doesn't just apply to anger or when someone's angry. It applies in so many areas. And this also kind of goes back on what I was speaking about on the episode this season about how to be a more magnetic person, right? One of the top ways to be a more magnetic person and attract amazing people and things into your life is to be loving and kind and look people in the eye and make people feel seen, heard, and validated. This is so important. It's such an important skill in life. It's an important leadership skill if you lead any sort of a team or a family, right? If you're a mom or a dad with kids, definitely, learning how to use these skills with your everyday interactions is so, so incredible and valuable. And so everything we're talking about here today on the show, applying to anger, really applies across the board. So I would ask you to maybe put some thought into that. Where can you apply these perspective changes and support people in your life in healing and feeling more seen and heard? And also maybe having a greater understanding of realizing that certain things actually manifest as anger when they're really not anger, they're hurt in some way or form. Right? And I think we've all been there. And some of you listening might be having a moment right now of going, that time I was really angry, I was really not feeling seen. Or that time I was really angry, it was really grief. I was so mad at somebody about who passed away, or mad at somebody who left my life, right? But it's grief sometimes manifests as anger. Hurt manifests as anger. All kinds of things manifest as other things on the surface. And so it's really all part of gaining a greater understanding of all of our feelings and emotions and learning to get better at managing them and understanding where they're coming from. And that's all part of this work that we do here on the show. And that's all a huge part of what we're going to go into in depth within the Joy School membership. And I'm so excited to do a deep dive on so many topics in this area, because one of the things is about creating a joyful life, creating our best life, creating success, and attracting the things we desire. One of the foundational things with that is understanding our emotions. And so that is definitely going to be something we're going to dive into with some workshops and coaching calls within the Joy School membership, along with a bunch of other fabulous tools and science-backed habits and all kinds of good stuff we're going to dive into in there that is truly, truly game-changing. So really excited about that. And again, just a reminder, jump over to jointhejoyschool.com to get on that VIP wait list and to get access to my brand new video class, 11 Habits of the Happiest People. You'll get access right away to that. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. I worked super hard on it and I think it turned out really fun, and it's under an hour and there are so many great little takeaways and nuggets in this class. I am really excited to share it. So thanks so much to those of you who have jumped on already, by the way. Big shout out to all of you. I just can't wait to share. All right. So that brings us to the point in the show where we share a Joy School habit. And that is a small habit that will have big payoff. And we have talked about this one on the show before, I believe, but with all the new things happening in social media and all the new clutter that has come up over the last few months, I wanted to just dive into it again. And so what that is to curate your social media the way you would a beautiful room that you're designing or a museum exhibit that you're setting up, right? Take about 30 minutes to an hour, and trust me, it is so worth this little bit of time to go through your feeds and unfollow accounts that feel out of alignment with who you are and who you're becoming, right? And out of alignment with your goals and the way you want to feel right now. unfollow those that are out of alignment. Now, if this is your friends list, like on Facebook, there's a way to snooze people for 30 days, or you can actually stay friends with people, but unfollow them so that you don't see them in your feed. We all have those negative people who post about their political views or whatever negative thing is happening in the news today. And, for me personally, those are not things I need in my feed. I choose to have positive people and uplifting things, right? So once you do a little bit of a cleanse over there, then go in and mindfully follow and engage with a few accounts that will add value to your life and inspiration to your feeds. This really lightens up your social media and makes it so much healthier and supportive, makes it a place where you can actually get inspiration and ideas for creating a great day, right? And that's really what social media should be. Now, the reason I say to make sure after you follow to engage with those accounts a little bit is because this is how you will populate your feed with them. And then just sort of make this a regular habit, like maybe once a month or every couple months, jump into those favorite accounts that really lift you up and inspire you, and make sure to click like and support them, but also that way they'll continue to be in your feed, right? And by the way, this is a good time to thank all of you who have been sending me notes on social and taking part in what I've been creating for you. I really appreciate you all and all the participation. We just passed 30,000 followers on Facebook. I'm so incredibly touched by that. Thank you to all of you over there who've participated and shared and taken part in that community, and on Instagram as well. That has just been growing, and I love connecting with you all there. I do run my own social media, and I think that's really important in authentic connection. And so thanks to all of you. I invite you to come check me out. I try to really post positive, supportive things that you can engage with that will really lift up your day. And a few accounts I love to follow are, one of them is The Power of Positivity, which you may already be following. And that is founded by my friend Kristen Butler. And she's got some books you can check out as well. And of course, the fabulous Mel Robbins is always great to follow. And she's got really fun and uplifting perspectives on a lot of different things. I also love to follow Brendon Burchard. I love to follow Richard Branson, who always posts innovative thoughts and uplifting things or just funny things about his life. And there are so many other great ones. So find what resonates with you. And of course, you can follow me on all the socials at Christy Ling Spencer. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, I would be infinitely grateful if you would please leave a review over on Apple Podcasts or on your favorite podcast platform. This is really helpful to the show, and it's how you can help the show reach more people who might also benefit and enjoy it. And I read them all. So thanks so much to everyone who's left a review so far this season and last season. I appreciate them so much. Thank you for the support. And as I said, be sure to connect with me over on the socials. I'm especially active on Instagram and Facebook. And of course, now the new Threads community, right? And again, visit my new website at ChristyLingSpencer.com, where there are some free gifts and workshops and articles and other resources there for you. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, remember, you've got what it takes to create more amazing days. And more amazing days add up to a pretty amazing life. Have a fantastic week, my beautiful friends, and I will see you again soon.